Welcome back, everyone, and thanks for watching. Actually, out at a different spot here at the property, just kind of showing you guys a setup we have for a shooting range down here. Not really, I should probably watch where I'm walking. Not really so much all the specifics of it, but why we set it up the way we did and how it may be helpful for folks. When we bought this piece of property, one of the main things we wanted to do was to have a place to go shoot, but also to do it safely and also kind of have a place to call our own. And of course, it's like many things, it's turned into other stuff along the way, which is great. But one of the things we wanted was not only for it to be obviously safe, which we feel a very safe setup, but we wanted to be able to do it without cutting down many trees or building a berm. Now I know there's a lot of you folks, you live in an area where it's flat. You don't have the luxury of having kind of the natural made landscape to help. But just to kind of show what we did, to me, it really makes a difference and makes it really super simple. So this is it, kind of walking down into it. You can see we got a table out here. Actually, we did some work on that table. I had a video on that I need to edit up and get out. But yes, it's a picnic table. We're trying to be as budget conscious as possible. So we literally took a picnic table, modified the legs, and leveled it. And let me tell you something, she's level. But anyway, the way this is set up, you can see some targets out there, and we'll get into them here in just a moment. But the way this is set up is we just have a natural draw going down. That makes sense, and back up. If you like that, it's great, isn't it? Really helps. It's, as you know, looking on camera, things are always a little flatter than normal, but that hillside over there is pretty steep. And so not only are we shooting up against that hill, but we're also shooting down a little bit, if that makes sense. So to us, it's a very safe setup. And we just, as far as trees go, if you look, we just kind of found a spot here. If you look through here, this is relatively small timber. So this piece of property, you can tell, has been cleared before. Relatively small timber. So we just found the spot that made the most sense. Honestly, we found the spot right here that was flat enough for us, but also that had the least amount of big trees. And we just kind of cut a lane. So all we have to really do, thankfully, is come in here with a weed eater or something like that, or a pruner every now and then, and just cut some limbs back. So it kind of satisfies that need to not have to remove many trees, but also maintenance, guys, is so easy. So if you've got a piece of property, or if you're looking at a piece of property to have to put you a shooting range on, just use that kind of that natural landscape. Now for us, we do own many more acres on the other side of that hillside there, so it is obviously very safe. I mean, if you know, obviously use your own judgment, hopefully good judgment, common sense, whatever you want to call it, when you're setting it up. But for us, this works pretty good. So as far as targets go out here, we run all steel. Don't ask what the big square thing is out there. I don't want to talk about it. But anyway, we run all steel targets. And I know many of you out there run steel all the time, and you're probably like, blah, blah, blah. No, but if you've never shot steel, do it. It's freaking awesome. It is so much better than paper targets. And we're just scratching the surface here. I mean, we've got some up there on the hillside. We'll go up and look at those. And this is very short. This is a very short setup. So these are about 12 to 15 yards from where we stand, just to be safe. And you do need to make sure they're set up right. And I can walk through that a little bit, but we have this for pistols and also pistol caliber carbines and all that. And honestly, that's the most fun out here. And then we do have some stuff right over that little tiny creek, which we'll go down to, and then some up top. We're only talking about 60, 70 yards up there. And for us, if I pan around here a little bit, we can actually go up further into the woods. And just so kind of, you know, up that away is up near where our cabin is. So we could actually go up a little further back and extend it. But as far as shooting things and getting ready for, you know, deer hunting and so forth out here, most of our shots are no further than that anyway. So for our purposes, it's perfectly fine. But that's what we like to do. We like to closer up stuff. So I guess it depends on what you're into. But I don't know. One day I might do it. It's just one of them things to put on the list, I guess. But as far as these steel targets go, if you don't know anything about them or you never shot them, they do sit at either an angle or they hang, if that makes sense. Because if you think about physics class, when you shoot, like here's some that's shot, and don't make fun of my groups, whatever. But whenever you shoot, everything just kind of goes down, if that makes sense. So if I was out here, it's been a while since I've been out here, but if I was out here shooting a lot, you would actually see a line down in the leaves where all the jacketing and everything falls. That doesn't mean you don't get ricochets. It happens. It happens. Trust me. That's why you wear eye protection and so forth. And then these are just sitting on these T-posts, which are cheap. Hammer them in the ground and hook them up. And even these little ones right here, see, they just hang like that, and that's it. And then we'll just come out here, well, I'll have to at some point today, with some black, get you some rattle can from Wally World or Scamazon or whatever, get some of the off-brand stuff and spray paint it up, and you're good to go. Because it will rust, but I mean, you're you're shooting at it. They're going to be okay. But for down here, just see if I can get down this hill without tumbling down the leaves. You can probably hear it. That would be hysterical. Of course, if I did, I would never put it on film. And then down here kind of gives you a perspective of the actual hillside. So you can see there going up to the left. That actually gets steeper as you come close, which we're going to go up in a minute. And then you can see up there with the sun coming in, if it's even possible. That's where the good old ye old picnic table from Home Depot is at. Hey, it does the job. Don't make fun of the Home Depot picnic table. It works. And then we got this little bridge here because I was tired of throwing my back out and going to the chiropractor. So I built this. Pressure treated, of course. And then we've got these big targets. Love these. These are not cheap. These are 2 feet. But these are the gongs. They are so much fun just to hit, especially with pistol caliber carbines and so forth. Got another one on top of the hill there we'll go to. But yeah, just part of the setup. And what's neat, if you look down through there, God, it's pretty out here today, but you could actually just put them in the woods and make this a very interactive setup. I mean, you could literally set it up to where you're just kind of going along and then shooting at different targets. So just ideas, guys. If you got property out there and you're thinking of doing something, just use that natural landscape. And then look, you're not clearing that much at all. It leaves it beautiful. You can hear the water over there. Isn't that nice? But you just leave it beautiful the way it was and just put you some targets out here. Let's see if we can get up here without falling and killing myself. So up here at the top of the hill, got some rifle rated targets up here that they say you should shoot them, 100 yards away, rifle, blah, blah, blah. I usually shoot them here. It's about, like I said, it's about 60, 70. So I'm still kicking. I guess that's good for something, but they do pretty good. Then here's I guess we'll call it the gong on top of the hill, whatever you want to call it. I forgot all about that little target up there. Not like you can see it. Anyway, just leave that there and probably forget about it. But yeah, this one's up here, and then of course this one's also on a T-post, and these just come with hangers. If you're looking for targets, just look on Amazon, whatever, eBay. They're all over the place. There's a lot of good companies that make them. Just make sure they're rated properly. I think you want to look for AR 500 or AR 550. There is differences. Some rated for rifle, some not. Personally, just go ahead and get the ones that are rated for rifle and put them everywhere. The price difference is just tiny. And then we'll do, if we are zeroing something in out here, I'll just come out here and I will lean up a piece of cardboard somewhere with a target and zero it. And then after that, it's just game on, folks. It's a lot of fun shooting these on top of the hill. I do need to add some more though, because I got this side over here, this side over there. I don't know. What do you think, guys? I could put some more in here, that's for sure. Just put them in the woods. I need to get one of them Bigfoot targets. It looks like the silhouette of a Bigfoot. There are some popular YouTube gun channels that have that on there, so we'll leave that alone. But those channels have been a good model for me as far as when I was looking for something, how they're set up. But you can see how far that is up there, and it is pretty steep. There's our little bridge. But try to make our way back down. If I can do this without tumbling down, that would be hysterical. Well, that about do it, guys. This is like I said, this is going to be a very short video, just kind of showing the overview of this range. I don't know if I want to start doing any content out here with shooting or not. I know YouTube can be a little funny sometimes, not ha-ha funny, but maybe whenever we get into some more specifics when we set up, because we do a lot of deer hunting out here and some other types of hunting, and maybe when we set some certain firearms up for that, we might have some videos to kind of show, because most of the stuff around here, as you've seen, is pretty short range. So, for us, what's worked very well might help out others, but don't know yet. Don't know. We are going to be getting some more content though of the property itself. I got to do some stand moving and a few other things, and just how we get things set up. And one thing to keep in mind, everything we do out here is budget, but also using the least amount of equipment. We don't have any there are no tractors, there are no ATVs, no nothing. We do everything by hand and try to do everything as simple as we can. But I don't know. Leave some, if you got any questions on it, just put them below and I'll do my best to answer them. But anyway, thanks again so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll hope to talk to you guys soon.